Welcome back to Show Me What I've Been Missing, your pop culture podcast that says, hey, look at that thing. I'm one of your hosts, Elizabeth Stanton, and I'm here with our other host,
Mack.
And I am so excited to talk about this episode, if you can't tell by my tone iron off the bat, because after last episode, knowing what happens in this episode, I have been dying for Chris to see it. So we are working our way through Sex and the City from start to finish. No, you can't. You can't do the mic this time, buddy. Sorry, my cat is trying to play with the microphone. Sex and the City start to finish, and this is the episode Bells of the Ball. Sorry, Bells of the Balls.
Yes,
I
had
balls. Too many S's and too many balls.
Yes.
AKA the episode that has one of my all-time favorite lines. And one that I'm sure is driving Chris slowly insane.
It's really not. Honestly, there was a lot of ball puns in this episode, and I'm with them. I was with every single one of them.
No, I meant about Carrie and her.
Oh boy, we're not even. That's at the end because we'll
work our way up to that.
We'll work our way up to that.
Who would you like to start with first?
I want to start with Samantha.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So Samantha, they're the beginning of the episode before all the plot lines really kick off. They are at a bar playing pool, celebrating Steve being cancer free, and he had to have a testicle removed for his testicular cancer, but he's alive and well, and that's all you can hope for sometimes.
Yep. But to start the episode though, Samantha, she keeps making like she's talking about pool, but she keeps saying like only got one ball left. Only
all comes down to one little ball. And Steve's
just like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, he kind of sleeps away. And she's like, whoops, I didn't. She's like, I was not thinking that shit through. And we've all been there. We've all shit talked.
Right. Yeah. Like, because here's the thing too. Is like, this is still a fresh thing, right? Like, he just got his balls removed. Like, I mean, in the show timeline, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, or whatever. Like, it's not like long enough for people to kind of get into that rhythm of like remembering that he only has one.
Yeah. But while they're there, Samantha, a guy approaches Samantha, and she like barely remembers him, and he's like, "We used to," and she's like, "Oh yeah, we used to fuck."
Dude, the crazy thing was, right, like, she didn't even remember his name, but she still had the balls, which is the theme of this episode, to ask him for a favor after she like did get his name. She's like, because he's like, he started telling about like how that he's working with this new hotel developer, and she wants to do the designs and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh, give me a meeting. I've been trying to get a meeting for years, and I'm like, or weeks or something like that. Where she's like, I've been trying to get a meeting for weeks, and no one will respond. And I'm like, you don't even know this guy's name, like, because even at the end of the interaction, he was like,
she's like, hey,
Alan. He's like, oh yeah, Alan, yeah.
So
by the way,
real
quick, I just want to say her storyline is a bit refreshing because I mean, not that I have anything against Samantha's character, but it seemed like they kind of pigeonholed her for a good few episodes where it was just like, oh, random encounter, she fucks some guy, and then like that's just her story. She just fucks some random guy, and then like a little bit of mishap within that. But it's like it kind of started to get a little stale on her side. So I'm glad
for sure
something else.
Yeah, and this is a sadly still very, very, very relevant storyline. So she goes in to meet with Richard Bright, and he basically is like, I don't want to hire you because I think like my clientele would be more comfortable with a man and working with a man and stuff like that. And she's pissed, as well she should be. And he's like, I'm worried about them working with someone too emotional, which is the biggest fucking bunch of bullshit. It's been lobbed at women since time immemorial. We're not more emotional than men. We process it differently. It's encouraged differently. And also, if women are so emotional, men are fucking psycho emotional about stuff. It comes out in, unfortunately, very violent ways most of the time, as opposed to what is considered to be more feminine, like crying or things like that.
Right.
And they're having dinner, and Samantha's like, that's just code for woman. They're all exchanging stories about crying at work, except for Carrie, who's a piece of shit, and so she fake cried to get something at work.
To be fair, though, to give what's the guy's name that she was trying to work with?
Richard.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a 10% pass because he's an old white man in business, and who he probably works with, investors and shit like that, are probably old white men. And he wasn't entirely wrong, because some of them probably would want to work with a woman. They'd probably be like, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's a lady. She only knows purses and shoes and how to cry and make babies and shit like that. You know what I mean? So like, because it seemed too throughout the episode with him, like, he didn't seem to like that those were his opinions. He was just thinking about, like, on a business side, like who he deals with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's still frustrating.
Aside from it is. No, it is. It is. And here's the thing: you just gotta wait for time. Hopefully, these old rich people start dying.
Kick the fucking bucket already.
Getting bionic hearts and shit like that.
But all the points they're making at the dinner are super valid. Samantha says if a woman gets mad in a meeting, or excuse me, if a man gets mad in a meeting, he's a pistol, he's tough. If a woman doesn't, she's emotional. That's 100% true. I didn't even have time to look at all the studies. There are studies that still prove that today, a lot of men still think women are overrepresented in situations in which they are not. So if there's like 6 men in a room and 4 women, men see that there's like there's more women than there are. And they also assess that women speak more in meetings, which is not true. They've documented it. It's crazy. The bias is crazy, and y'all need to work on it. Us too, but you guys especially need to step up to the plate. And they do talk about crying at work, which, look, it's happened. I try not to do. I don't do it in front of anybody.
It's happened.
It does happen. I'm a frustration crier, or like an anger crier.
Yeah, I feel that. Most men are too, by the way. Most men, like, when we get a little frustrated, we're really angry, at least the tears start to form in the eyes. We did not fully let it out, but they get a little watery.
So, but again, like, you don't do it in front of people. You like go to the bathroom or private area and like kind of take care of it there. But I liked Miranda's point too, where she says some men are threatened by strong women, and they have to figure out a way to just make you a woman again and not someone on their level. And so then they label you emotional, you're unreliable, your period will make you unreliable, all these fucking bullshit things. It's horrible. Hate it.
Here's the flip side though. I think that women should just embrace their emotions at work. Like, just be that. Like, who gives a fuck if you get labeled as a bitch or whatever? Or like, with Charlotte, she was saying that she cried once and then everybody's tiptoeing around her. Let them tiptoe around you. Fuck it. Like,
use that power. Yeah.
Use that shit. Like, if everybody's gonna be super nice to you after that, or like kiss her ass, even if they're saying behind your back, oh, they're only treating like that, she's a woman. Fuck it. If you're getting your shit done and they're paying you, use that shit.
The flip side of that though is people don't think of letting out emotion as a strong thing. They think of it as weak. Showing emotions in any sense,
and that's across the board weak. Too, though.
Considered weak across the board, and that's something that needs to be addressed. All around. So you unfortunately, as logical as your point is in a way, you can't do it. At least not yet. We're getting there.
Fuck that. I'm gonna start a company where you can scream and yell as long as you don't hit each other. You can fucking just let it out. I don't even give a fuck if you're not mad at anything particular. Let me just have like a room, like a quiet room, but AKA is where you go in to scream. It's just gonna be like, fucking soundproof glass. You can just go in there and let it out.
So they talk that discussion ends, but Samantha's not deterred, so she goes back to Richard. And he's like, look, I can't hire you. And she's like, give me one legitimate reason why not, which is fair. I mean, he's not really giving, he's just sort of basically saying, you're a woman, I can't hire you.
Right.
It's illegal. You can't do that.
Yes,
you need a legitimate reason. And then he finally says that she slept with his architect, and he's like, and I don't want to deal with all that. And she's like,
to be fair, I understand that as a businessman, because here's the thing. That always breeds problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially too, like, I understand, like, I think it's bullshit that, it's like, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because like on one hand, as a person, I'm like, when they say, oh, employees can't date each other and they make that like a company rule, I think that is bullshit. However, the flip side is that shit does get in the way of your business. If I'm somebody who's trying to make money, I don't need your personal life bleeding into my business, because people get petty, people get competitive, people get fucking vindictive, all kinds of shit when you start mixing genitals together and also working together.
Yes, but Samantha's point, I think, is valid though in the scene where she's like, you know, if I was a guy, you would have bought me a scotch, congratulated me, and given me an office and a job. And I think, you know, there's
I agree,
bias,
by the way,
at work though. Like your point is valid, but because of certain biases that still exist, then guys don't think of it. I think there's like a sort of in like the scene, it's he considers Samantha sort of disposable because of, you know, she's a woman, she's slept with the guy, and he thinks she's going to cause a drama when frankly it could be the architect. And I understand he's trying to avoid that too, but it's unfair to dismiss her from the situation just on that basis alone. Like it, you know, it's, and it's his bias at work, and so it's 100% right that if she had been a guy who had been like, oh, did you bring my lady architect? That's cool. Come do PR with me. I don't care. They kind of treat women as disposable. It sucks, but it's true.
Now I will say this: she probably is right about that. But that would, here's the thing: if that would have been the case, I wouldn't even want to work with her because that's still bad business. Because at the same token, you never know. Like that lady, if it was a lady architect, she could be, you know what I'm saying, having some feelings left over, or she could, or just feel some type of way. Like if the dude just like didn't call her back or like didn't, you know, like make her feel good after they hooked up or some shit like that. And vice versa too, because dudes be doing that shit too. Like
dudes do that a lot, and it's not acknowledged. And like the fact that, like, you know, people are always like, why don't women tell men no more often? It's like, because a lot of the time the consequences of telling guys no is dangerous and or at worst deadly. Like they don't take no for an answer well. You know, you read so many stories or you hear so many things from people who have been like, I interacted with a coworker and he liked me, I did not, but he continued to harass me and interrupt my work. And like, I get what you're kind of saying in that sense too. Like, but it's unfair because usually the woman bears the burden of that, either by having to leave the job, not get the job, as it could have been in Samantha's case, but she does get the job. We'll get there in a sec.
Right.
You know, all those things. And the guy is usually but he tends to skate a little more easily. Not always, but
we do get to skate under the radar because socially women are seen as more emotional and they get attached more when it comes to like sexual shit like that. But like, it's across the board. That's why I was saying, like, even if she was a guy and like was like if I was the person getting congratulated, I'd be like, I don't want to work here because this is sloppy business. Like because you like the fact that you like letting it mix and mingle like that, and you just think like because I'm a guy it's okay. Like nah, but like, and that's not even like some like that's just like strictly business. That's not even on like a man versus women thing. Period. It's just like you're cool with that. Like nah, bro.
And also, women are more often than not made responsible for men's emotions. So it's your fault you said no to him and he got upset. It's your fault you only fucked the architect the one time. He's
slacking because you rejected him.
He's slacking because you're rejecting him. That is not the woman's fault. That would not be Samantha's fault if that were the case, and so on and so forth.
Unless she was doing that shit on purpose, because there are some people out there who like to manipulate people just to get their kicks. But Samantha don't seem like that kind of
No. But Samantha strides away from that conversation, upset, and I would be too if it was like I basically kind of calling her a slut to her face and implying she can't be a good worker because she just happens to have sex with your architect or whatever. But the power walk pays off, and even though she goes in the elevator and kind of cries and lets it out, she gets the job.
Also too, like, you know, also too, like, you can't penalize her for sleeping with somebody that she didn't know she was going to work with in the future. Like, how are you supposed to know that, bro?
How are you supposed to know that?
I mean,
exactly.
You never know who you're going to work with in the future, especially in the job that she has. So, like, is she just not supposed to hook up with anybody?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say? Is that the lesson here, that she's not supposed to hook up with anybody? Because if that's the case, then she would have to just like move to a different state just to make sure she's not sleeping with anybody that she might work with.
Yeah.
No.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
just make sure like that. That's the one thing too, is like if you're gonna hire them both, just make sure that they're never in the room together.
Yeah.
If you're so worried about like drama spreading, just make sure they're never alone together, never in a room together, or if they are together in a room, make sure there's other witnesses there so nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. So that's Samantha's story. And like you said, it has a lot more substance to it than any of the, who's the farmer with the
so happy. Right. Like, I was so happy because like the last like 6 or so episodes has just been like, oh, Samantha's story is she hooks up with a stranger and it goes wrong. And then that's the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been in heavy comic relief territory, so it's nice that
it wasn't even comic relief to me. It was just like
that's
boring.
True.
It was just boring, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they threw in there just because her name is in top billing, you know?
Right.
It's like, we'll write something for her.
See, this is why she didn't fucking come back to
I get it, dude.
like that,
I get it, dude.
The writing was clearly not there for her, and I fucking
get it, dude. If this is what they were giving her, like, I mean, obviously there's more seasons, there's 2 more seasons to go, so like it's not total, but like the majority of this season has basically been that. So I would be a little upset too if a whole season was dedicated to just like making me out to be like this just fucking New York, Manhattan floozy. You know?
Yeah.
You said, shut up.
Oh, I have no
your cat. Yeah, no.
Yeah, if you can hear the audio, he's pretty loudly meowing in the background. He's been very vocal lately. I don't know what that's all about.
That's the mom move. That's when you put it on Mike's. Like,
yeah, if you're watching the video, I very gently muted the audio. I did all I did say was Bubsy shush shush. Respond to because that's nothing.
You gave that look. That's the look that I would see of my mom when I'm like, oh shit, if I keep pushing this, I'm gonna get smacked.
No, like I would never. He's my big sugar.
No, he'd fight back too. Hit you with the paw.
I know he's got the gall to take a swing at me. Anyway, buddy, you can come back out here. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Who do you want to talk to? I would love to talk
I'd love to
talk to some of these people.
Honestly, I would love to talk to these characters. Like, they're not the actors, but like these characters.
Yeah.
Because that would be very interesting to have, like, if we could bring them in, like their characters in and have them talk about these episodes. That would be the dopest. That'd be fucking dope. Dude, our podcast would be lit, like everybody.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, baby.
Steve and Miranda or Trey and Charlotte? That's embarrassing that I put the guys' names first. Gotta work on some of them biases myself. We all got them.
That's your internal massage.
It is. It's a real thing. We all, and it comes out in different ways. We all battle it in different ways. My mom, for one, cannot forgive Jane Fonda for marrying so many times, but that's a whole separate discussion.
Boy. Nah, man, you gotta put the men first because they're the ones that get to die in the crisis. Men first, and women. Yeah, you go first, push them ahead, and then like you stay back into safety. I'm totally okay with that. Let's do Trey and Charlotte.
Yeah,
because this story is kind
of brief. It's brief.
Super brief.
So basically, they're having dinner. I don't know why Charlotte and him aren't at the Steve beat cancer celebration, but I guess they're not that tight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to be fair, the only thing that's really tying Steve in is the fact that somehow him and Aidan became friends. Yeah. We still don't know how that happened.
Still don't get it.
Still don't. And also too, like Steve is not Trey's cup of tea. Like,
no, I don't see Trey and Steve hanging out.
Like Trey's a nice enough dude that, like, if Charlotte had like invited them all over to the house to, like, have a dinner party or something like that, he would totally be cool with it. But like, he ain't gonna go out to the balcony and like have a cigar and a scotch with them. You know what I mean? Like, that's
what would they talk about?
Nothing. Trey's too
much, which is relevant to later in the episode, by the way. That we mentioned that. Like, guys making friends like that.
Like, Trey is just a goofball, like kind of silly, right? But he's like nerdy, and he's like a nerdy, right? And then,
I love Trey.
Steve is just dumb. Like they wouldn't have, like, at best, I would say the only thing they probably could talk about that would bond them is maybe sports, because Trey is very athletic and Steve is like also athletic.
Steve's super into sports, and maybe alcohol. Honestly, Steve's a bartender, and
that's
Trey
about
seems like the kind who'd be like, "Let's talk about fancy scotches and shit."
Yeah, but they wouldn't hang. That would just be like the conversation.
That would just be what gets them through the party.
Right. Exactly.
That's all that it is.
It wouldn't be like, "Oh man, had such a great time. Let's hang out again.
Yeah, like I love that dude Trey. We should hang out more.
Right.
Yeah,
Steve would say that. Steve would say that, but
Trey, Charlotte, I don't want to hang out with Steve anymore.
He's not for me. All right.
Not for me. I'm a McDougal, Charlotte. I can't hang out with Steve.
Nah, that's his mom. That's his mom said that.
Trey, you can't hang out with that filthy bartender anymore.
You're McDougal. You have a reputation to uphold.
You can't be seen with the help.
That's exactly what you would call him. The help.
So Charlotte and Trey are having dinner, and she's like, hey, I talked to the doctor, and they're saying we should test your sperm for fertility.
Poor Trey.
And he's like, what?
He's so insulted. He's like,
so insulted.
How do you think it's me? How do you know it's me?
Yeah. And I love that. And she makes a fair point, and this is true. And I'll back this up in a second with facts. She's like, well, it's easier to test guys first. And that's 100% true.
100% true.
Because as I'm considering egg freezing.
Costs less too.
Costs way less. As I'm considering egg freezing and just looking into that, I had I had to wait for my period to start. On the first day, I had to call and get an ultrasound schedule, which is in a few days. Then, on precisely 2 to 3 days later, at the heaviest point of the period, I needed to go in and get a blood test. And that's just to find out if I have like eggs or not. Imagine.
Yeah.
And that's not even that complicated. Oh my God, though, I haven't really told people at work what I'm doing other than like maybe 1 or 2 people. But I said something to my boss. I was like, hey, during that shoot, I'm gonna have to leave early. I have a doctor appointment. I'll need to leave by such and such time. He's like, can't you just bring your doctor here? And without missing a beat, I went, not for what we're gonna do.
I can bring him. You ain't gonna want to see you.
And my boss was like, line of the day. Okay, all right. And then I immediately went, oh no, it's like dead that I said. I think I made everybody blush in that set of cubicles today.
It is what it is, baby. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, it is what it is.
Also, but my boss was like, I set myself up for that. I set you up too good with that. I was
also, too, like, what does he mean? Can you bring your doctor here?
He's joking.
I was like, okay. I was like, how are you supposed to bring your doctor to work? Is that a new holiday?
I have a cool, chill boss, so he's just joking like, oh, can't you bring your doctor here? Not for what we're gonna do.
Your doctor probably would want to come there because of where you work.
Yeah.
Probably think you run, get to meet a celebrity or something.
Well, my when I got my port removed, the surgeon doing the thing, and I was only local, so I was awake the whole time. It was a younger woman, and she watches the show I work on. And I was like, I've never felt like I was in better hands right now. Why don't you just go digging in there for whatever the fuck you want, man?
Yeah, man. She knows what's up. She's gonna make sure you take care of.
Just play around in there. I trust you.
Oh yeah.
So Trey's all upset about his virility being questioned.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up getting him to go do the test.
Yes.
But while he's there, he's about to whack off in the cup, and then he's like, I can't do it. And Charlotte, I love Charlotte. She brings him Jugs magazine.
I know,
you love Jugs.
Dude.
What a callback.
Dude, first of all, great callback. Secondly, good wife.
Good wife.
Because he was all upset. He's like, wait, you knew I was going to have a problem? She's like, nope, I'm just prepared. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah. She's like, look, I know. Also, too, never even used it.
Yeah. And I did write in the notes, Trey is a boob man.
He is. He's very much.
And she's trying so hard. And Trey, part of Trey's fear is he's worried they had so many other sexual problems. Now he's worried, like, oh God, on top of that. And we just got over that.
Right. Yeah.
Basically. And now you're gonna tell me I'm like infertile or I have bad sperm. And she's like, I'm sure you have great Scottish sperm, strong Scottish sperm.
Strong.
And then they kind of start to make out, and apparently he makes the deposit at the bank, if you will.
Make out, and apparently she was tugging on some things.
Yeah.
No. But like not even the the typical place you would think when you say jerk off. She was apparently tugging on his balls. Remember that was like kind of a theme.
Yeah.
Throughout the episode, that apparently men like that.
Yeah, I think she was working the balls.
Which is by the way, not bad. If it's done gently,
mm-hmm.
and
with respect.
With respect, yes. If you go in there aggressively, like Carrie was kind of reaching for Aidan, it's like that's a no. You don't go aggressive. You've got to be slightly. It's like you adjust through request, if that makes sense.
Yeah. We'll get to that scene, but that was pretty funny. He's like, "Oh, you're coming in pretty strong, man."
She was coming in hot, bruh. She was coming in hot, bruh. I was like, I would have smacked her hand. I'm like, hold on.
Whoa.
What's up with that speed? First of all,
ma'am.
It's not a Cracker Jack box. You better gentle.
This is not a joystick in an arcade, Missy.
Way too hard, bro.
We'll get to them though. So that takes us to Miranda and Steve.
Yes.
So as we said, Steve is recovering and he's all fine, well, good from the testicular cancer, but he is one ball light now.
One ball light. One ball light.
I'm on fire today with the weird comments.
I'm with it. Let's go.
We're taping this on a Monday, and what a Monday it is.
Hey. It's a weird Monday.
A little bit.
Yeah. The eclipse last night. That's what it was.
That's right. It was the flower blood moon or something.
Yeah.
So Miranda and Steve are out walking, and they see a dog with giant balls, and gets Steve to talking about balls. He's like, you can't enter your dog in a dog show if it only has one ball, and they make fake balls for dogs. And did you know they make them for humans too? And Miranda's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Why do you know this?
Why do you know this?
As a bartender, why do you know this?
So he says he wants the prosthetic ball implant, and he's like, it's like a breast implant. And Miranda's like, it doesn't matter. Women don't care, and I don't think they care at all. I don't.
Okay.
But he's like, he feels like less of a man is the bigger issue.
But see, that's the thing too. It's because that's the thing too. Is it kind of goes along with the same argument because yes, men for the most part, we don't really care if you have big or small breasts. To be honest with you, most times, honestly.
Trey McDougal excluded.
I mean, he likes them, you know what I'm saying? But he's not it's not yes, there are some in others, that's a requirement. They only go for that. But it's also women that only go for men who are 6 foot and tall. You know what I mean? So but I think for the most part, most men, we don't really care what your boobs look like. If you want to get breast implants, you're basically getting them for yourself. And I feel like this is what this ball was.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I don't feel complete. Let me have my pair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, I get that too, because imagine you're having it your entire life, then all of a sudden it's just gone.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it just looks weird in there. You know what I mean? As a guy looking.
I think it's one of those things that it's not considered, and because again, as we said, men's emotions aren't properly considered or dealt with. Women who have mastectomies and things like that do all sorts of reconstruction, for breast cancer, stuff like
absolutely.
that, to kind of get back to how they feel.
Some women get bigger breasts than they had before.
Yeah,
after a mastectomy.
And it's it's sort of as he's not wrong. It is along those same lines. But I think it's just a less socially acceptable thing to kind of consider and discuss, which is unfair because he's also right. It's just like you said, he's got his whole life and now he's missing something from his body that used to be on his body. And that's very weird. That's a weird thing to consider.
Yeah, it's it's like having your whole life and then all of a sudden you got a missing pinky on one hand. That would just looking down your hand and only seeing 4 fingers would just fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? If there's a way to get a fake one, you'd be like, let me go ahead and get that. Unless you have that, there is a condition where people, it's like a phantom limb, or something like that. That syndrome where they actually have people try to go and get certain body parts removed because they feel whole that way, which is
that's the opposite of phantom.
The opposite, limb. Right? Oh yeah.
Phantom limb is when you still feel like you have
it. That's when you still feel it, right? Yeah. But
I don't know what the other thing is, but it's people have I had to chop off my leg below the knee because they feel like it's an alien part of them or something weird.
Yes.
And then they feel better when they do that. Don't maybe do that. Maybe go check some help situations out before you
Listen, I mean, sometimes that's like the only thing that's gonna satisfy you. You know what I mean? Like that's like the one thing because and what I have noticed with from what I have read about that condition, it never escalates. It's never like, oh, I need my leg removed, and then I need my arm removed, or now
it just stays. It stays usually
it's the one thing. It's the one thing.
Huh.
Like, some people don't like if they have 2 ears. They're like, I don't want 2 ears. I'm supposed to have one. You know what I mean? Like, they feel more complete that way. From what I've read, though, it usually doesn't go past the one thing that they get removed.
Weird.
So where people think like plastic addiction is or plastic surgery is like an addiction.
In
that case, it's not because they usually are pretty satisfied after they get that cut off, whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, they're trying to add something to Steve, so they go to the doctor.
Hey!
And the doctor is like, gives them the little like prosthetic one, and Miranda drops it, of course. It's just all awkward.
She says, I dropped the ball.
I dropped the ball.
Like, it wasn't a great joke, but her delivery of it, how like cute she was after it. She was like, haha, the ball, get it? And they're like, yeah, we got it.
And then there's the awkward conversation. They're like, what size prosthetic do you think you are? Are you like extra small, medium, or large? And she's like, medium? And he's like, I'm a medium. She's like, large? He's like, you said medium first. And she's like, medium large?
Also,
there's no
first of all, medium balls are just fine, bro. Like,
right?
Also, that would be weird. Like, okay, let's say.
What if you got one bigger than the other?
That's what I was thinking too. Like, if she said medium first, to get the medium, bro. Because if you get the large, like here's the thing, just like breast, testicles are also like one is slightly larger than the other. However, you don't want to get one that's like they're not comically larger than the other. It's not like you got this little bitty nut.
You don't want a grapefruit and a grape going on. That would be fucking dumb.
Yeah, you don't have a grape and then an apple sitting in your nutsack, bro. Like that's one is slightly bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
slightly.
But then the doctor says, "Oh, you'd have to enroll in a clinical trial for this because they're not approved for people." And Miranda's like, "Absolutely not.
Yeah,
you do not want to do that." And the doctor's like, "Oh, it's perfectly safe." And Steve's like, "The guy says it's safe." And she's like, "That's what they said about the Ford Pinto. Do you want a Pinto near your penis, Steve?" And for our younger listeners or those not familiar with the pop culture reference, the Ford Pinto, infamously in the 70s, was a fucking death trap explosion machine where if you like so much as dinged it, it could like catch on fire. My mom apparently used to drive one.
Oh, a lot of people, because they were very affordable.
They were very affordable.
Very affordable.
Yeah. And one of my favorite movies of all time, Top Secret, with Val Kilmer, great comedy parody thing. There's a gag where there's a Pinto and it literally just goes dink into something, like just taps like a box and it just kaboom, like goes up in huge flame.
I mean, exaggeration, but like not
too far off.
Not too far off. Yeah, I heard about. Dude, my dad used to tell me about them shits all the time, but they were very affordable. But also, dude, you know what's crazy? Like speaking of cars, just a little side note.
But I mean, on the flip side, Teslas now keep catching on fire. So,
hey,
you want a Tesla near your testicles? No.
Yes, I still would take that actually over the Pinto. Let's be honest. At least that testicle would like drive itself. You know what I'm saying? It know what to do. It function like a regular testicle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Testicles know. You don't have to like command it. It just works. You know what I mean? Boom. A Tesla testicle.
Tesla.
You know what?
Testicles.
Let's erase that part because I don't want fucking Elon Musk.
Coming out.
You know what I'm saying? He fucking because he already built a flamethrower. This nigga's crazy. I don't trust him. He's got too much money and too much time on his hands. He's trying to go to space. He built flamethrowers. He gonna make a mechanical testicle. Let's not give him.
Are you really gonna make me cut this out?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, good. I was like, I'm not cutting this out.
No, it's fine. He's not gonna see this. And if he does, I'll be the first one to stand up. I'm like, hey, if I lose a testicle, let me get that mechanic.
I said what I said.
Get that Tesla testicle. Let me get that TT, son.
Teslaticle.
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 Oh my, hey.
Self-driving testicles.
Hey, first of all, let's brand that right now. So in case he does come out with it, like you heard it here first.
You gotta cough up that emerald apartheid money,
I just want 2% of the profits, baby. 2%. Mm-hmm. I know that's gonna be wild.
It'd be like up to jillion.
I know, that's what I'm saying. 2%. Hey, that is nothing. I mean, that's you know, we're talking millions of dollars right there. I'm sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So
buy testicles.
So they turn down the prosthetic testicle, and Miranda takes Steve to dinner because he's feeling bad. And she tries to pep him up, and he's like, every time I look down, I just feel like who's gonna fuck a Uniball bartender. And Miranda does the one thing she can think of to make him feel better, which is to pull him in for sex. See,
yeah, I didn't like that.
Does though with the pity party shit, and it tricks her into giving him things.
Well, it's also too. There's like this. I mean, these last couple of episodes in particular, for sure, but just like their whole dynamic, this whole season, it's been like this weird Blue Lagoon mother and daughter kind of relationship. You know what I mean?
Child thing,
yeah, or mother father, or mother son. Sorry, excuse me.
It's like,
you know what I mean? Like, it's because like they're fucking obviously in this episode, so they're not like, you know, mother and son, but like she's basically been kind of like, you know, holding his hand through this entire process, but not like a friend, but like a mother, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. I don't like it.
He's like a child in his mind. Like he's 30 some years old, but he's definitely like 17.
But he's like, how do doctors work?
Yes. Although, that's what I'm saying.
I will say, this is not a defense of Steve. This is more an indictment of everybody ever. Is there are a lot of people who don't know how doctors and stuff work.
Yes.
Some of it is a complicated system and it's not easy to navigate. Yes. And other times it's people who are like, I'm scared to call my doctor. My mommy used to make all my appointments.
Yes.
Grow the fuck up, man. Make your own appointments.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Very true.
This is why I'm always like, oh, what do you want in a partner? I'm like, someone who just takes care of some fucking shit for me once in a while. That's
I'm
tired of taking care of my shit. But I still have to take care of my shit. I still have to make all my own appointments and everything. Happens.
Oh, yeah, that's just part of being an adult.
It's just part of being an actual fucking adult.
Yeah.
And to be like, I can't, I think something's wrong. I guess I'll go to a doctor. I don't know. And no, Miranda, take care of me. Grow up.
Question though.
Yeah.
Just in general, do women care about balls?
I don't.
You know what? I agree. No, you don't care about it because y'all are way too aggressive. Y'all hit them like every girlfriend I've ever had hit them, and I'm like, or like even if they're like pretend to hit them, or like even a little tap, and I'm like hurting, and like, oh, you're not that hurt. It's like y'all don't understand how sensitive these things are. That's like literally the weakest point in our bodies. The smallest tap can take us down. Like a graze, a decent graze. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, my girl, my ex one time, she hit me with the side of her hip. She grazed it. And I was just like, they're falling off.
They're falling off.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, here's the thing. I understand too, because we'll never know what it's like to give birth, but like,
oh, sure. Yeah.
Getting tapped in the balls is at least an amalgam of it, you know what I mean? Like a little piece of what we could be, you know, what it would be like to be in birth, you know.
If anything, 30 plus years of America's Funniest Home Videos have taught us that, anything to the balls will take you down for the count.
Right. Because it's also too like
a wiffle ball to the balls.
Anything.
Take you down.
Anything. A light breeze. If it's if it slams them together, then it's over. Because it doesn't stay. That's another thing too. Is like I feel like it's like the closest thing we probably can get to childbirth, because like if you get hit hard enough, it doesn't even like if you get so like the lighter hits or whatever, like smaller hits, it goes to like, you know, you hit it, feel it in the testicles, then it goes to your stomach. But if it's like a serious hit, it goes to your eyes. Like you literally see stars. Like it's just like it's like if somebody just fucking hit you in the back of the head with something that you just like you can't even think straight. It's crazy.
Well, speaking of one self-defense tip for everyone out there that I read ages ago, and I thought is so smart. So your natural inclination is to knee your presumably male attacker. Let's be honest, that's primarily what it's going to be. Sorry, but it's true. Sure. Your inclination is to knee or hit in the crouch, right? To like take him down like that. But men's natural inclination is to protect that area. So it's a little harder to get there than you want it to be. What you do instead is blow out their kneecap with a side kick them in the fucking knee to take them down.
I will take they're not coming after
then
you
you
anymore.
Can kick them in the crotch all you want.
They're definitely not running after you anymore if you can get that knee.
If you can get that knee, that inner knee, and just bah.
Also, go for the eyes. You never go wrong. Go for the eyes. If they can't see you, they can't get you. Also, some men are into getting hit in the balls, so like maybe don't test that. You know what I'm saying? Because like if they're already attacking you, they might be into that, and if you get them in the balls, that might turn them on more. So like, go for things that are more stopping. Than I mean, yes, the balls are a stopping point, but like eyes.
But they'll eventually get back up. You aren't getting back up from the knee thing, man.
No, not unless you want more pain.
Yep.
Stand on that knee if you want to. Even if here's the thing, you don't even have to like snap it. Just a good buckle.
Kick it really good. Yeah. I can attest. I was not attacking anyone. I was enjoying a nature walk on Sunday, by a lake near here, admiring the turtles, and I had a great little time communing with the turtles. And I turned to continue the hiking loop around the lake, and it's sandy. I took one step and fucking went down like a sack of bricks, almost face first into the ground. I like stopped myself before my face fucking hit the ground, but I whacked my fucking knee real good. I got like a rug burn on it. It sucks. And then I was like, did I just bust my own knee fucking walking away from turtle? The answer is no. Walking it off helped. I was okay, but oh my god, it's just also no one did anything. There was a fucking family having a picnic right there and watched me go down, and I kind of popped back up and kept it moving, but no one reacted.
They ain't offer you a sandwich or nothing.
Nothing.
No juice. Not even.
They were just like, look at that tall ass girl go down. Holy shit.
Man, that's cold blooded. They went right back to the picnic.
Stone cold. Rude.
Didn't give a fuck.
Anyway, let's get out. Speaking of the woods and hiking, let's get into the meat of this bad boy here. What the fuck does she think she's doing?
I don't even like. I want to talk about it, but like I don't want to. It's so you know what though? No, you know what though? But you know what though? I'm gonna throw you for a loop. You know who I'm most mad at this episode?
Aidan.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. Straight up bitch this entire episode, bro. You ain't straight up acting like a straight up bitch, bro. This is all the shit that, because here's the thing, at the end of the day, she's only able to get away with this because you're letting her do it. And you're not like, you're letting her disrespect you over and over again because you're not putting your foot down because you're trying to be a good guy or whatever the fuck is going on.
Doing a disservice to yourself, sir.
Bro. Sorry, I'm just.
All right. Well, let's begin. So I clicked the wrong thing and now I'm trying to open the reminders app. I don't want to do that. Anywho, so after Steve's party and then all the ball discussion at the party and Aidan being like, yeah, it'd be weird to not have a ball or whatever, blah blah blah. So they're in the bathroom, they're brushing teeth. It's all cute, and then she's like,
side note. That's not even moved past. They were both wearing whitey tighties. It was fucking gross. I don't know why.
I don't know who got whitey tighties. Yeah.
I don't know why, but they're both wearing whitey tighties. Like it was like his were super tight, hers were super baggy. It just looked gross. I don't know why. Wearing each other's
underwear.
I didn't like it. I don't know why. The set like it's like I don't know, because I guess it's also one of those things where like couples that dress alike kind of thing. And it's like I find that a little bit weird as well, and it's just I wasn't a fan of that scene. I'm just sorry.
No, but like they're talking about like do balls matter, and then she's like, let me give your balls a tug, and that's what we were saying earlier. She's coming in way too hot,
too hot, bro.
Give him a little tug, and it's all cute and coupley, and then the phone rings, and Aidan answers it. Guess who's calling? One Mr. fucking Big. And he hands the phone off to Carrie. She's like, hey, it's not a good time.
First mistake.
Yep. He should have just fucking hung up.
He answered the phone. That's what I'm saying. He answered the phone, heard the dude's voice on it, and was like, oh, it's your boy. Like, what?
Yeah.
No, I'd be like, don't call here. We're about to go to bed. You can talk to her tomorrow, but you ain't gonna call while I'm here. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry. Aidan, like here's the I usually fuck with Aidan, but like this whole episode, I just like
it's a fine line, and I get your point. It's like a fine line between being like a good like dude and not getting totally disrespected, and it's a tough line. I agree for him to walk because like part of you say like, hey, if he were to answer the phone and say, hey, you're not calling here at this hour, bye, you can talk to her tomorrow. To a lot of people, that's really controlling and bad. But like in this scenario, I don't know if I approve of it, but like he kind of keeps letting Carrie disrespect him. And,
no, he just keeps doing it over and over and over.
It is strange. So Carrie does talk to Big, and he's like, the movie star is making me crazy. And she's like, I'll be 2 minutes. And that's where he could have been like, you can talk to him tomorrow, man. Come on, like, hang up the phone. Like, and yeah, and you don't have to be aggressive or anything like that. You'd be like, are you sure you can't just talk to him tomorrow? And it's the fact that Carrie's like, no, I can't talk to him right now. It's like such bullshit. So she goes in the other room, and Big explains his whole like, she can reach me, but I can never reach her thing, which is like this thing he keeps repeating about her. And he's like, I was following her all around like a dog at the MTV Awards. And I was
I would love to see that, by the way.
I would have paid money, because I was like, that's what Carrie was doing with you, man. Just traipsing around after you. I'm like, how's it feel, asshole? How does it feel?
Straight up, bro. Like, and also too, because he was talking about like how he, she could get in touch with him, but like he couldn't get in touch with her. Like every time he tried to call her, the actress, and so yeah, I was just like, I wonder what that feels like, because they were definitely at the beginning of their him and Carrie's relationship.
Yeah,
he was definitely like
she was
unreachable.
Yeah. Doesn't feel so good, does it? So Carrie, they listen to a voicemail from the actress, and she sings New York State of Mind, and that plays in later. Anyway, Carrie hangs up and is like, hey, still want me to give your balls a tug? And he's like, no.
Fuck no. It's like, I don't want you touching you right now. You're just
fucking look at him. You don't even get to look at him.
I don't understand how Aidan is still here, period. Like the fact that she was adamant about Big being in her life and like them being a friend, knowing that's the guy that broke y'all up.
Yeah.
I don't get the fucking logic.
I don't either. I really don't. It's so strange. It's making him, trying to make Aidan, I think, be so saintly and be like he is like too good for her or something.
But it's not, because any self-respecting dude, like, that's the thing too. You can be a good dude to a point and be like, look, you get like I gotta say like, all right, look. No, there's no way that he's a good dude, because it'd be different. Okay, let's say, if her, like, this is the only way I would be like okay with
malfunction.
My brain ain't. I'm trying to be sensitive to the people that might be out there who might be in a situation like this, because I know there's somebody, you know what I mean? Like this shit don't just come out of nowhere. Like somebody wrote this shit, you know what I'm saying? And it probably came from a real life experience. And so I would, as a man, like, yes, we want to try to be bigger and more evolved and shit like that. So I could understand if like her and Big grew up together and just so had happened to like date for a minute and then stayed friends and that was it. I could see you being friends, but like this is the dude that fucked your girl while you were with her.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you let your girl still be friends with him? Unless you're into some kind of like masochistic cuckolding shit, maybe like you want to see them together or something. Like that's the only thing. It's like there's nothing about this situation that makes you look like a good guy. It just makes you look like a fucking idiot, bro.
Yeah, and then because he asks like, why don't you take the phone in the other room? He's like, if nothing's going on. She's like, well, I'm trying to make you comfortable with it, and I don't want to make you feel threatened.
No, you know what made me uncomfortable? You know what made me comfortable? You not being friends with this guy that you fucked while we were together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing too, is like, I don't understand how she could think that her and Aidan are gonna like move beyond, like get, move forward in their relationship if you still hanging out with the ex, bro. Like, I don't like, and not just hanging out like in the group settings or whatever, like one-on-one, going to have dinner, talking about current relationship type. Like, no, bro.
No. And then Aidan makes this whole like comic book reference where he's like, he's Batman and I'm the Green Hornet, and everybody thought Batman would win that fight, but I'm the Green Hornet did. Don't underestimate me, because he's like, I don't feel threatened. I could take him in a fucking fight, which is really, really funny to me.
I mean, to be honest, after what happened at the cabin, I don't know. I don't know. He was getting. I mean, they didn't really fight. They
just wrestled. We'll get
there. They just wrestled. It was like weird, like reverse mud wrestling kind of thing. Where it's like instead of women, it's men, and it was just like, is it supposed to be sexy? Because like, not feeling it. No. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there who would want to watch two middle-aged men mud wrestle, but I ain't one of them.
I'm not one of them either.
Yeah, no shame if you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
saying.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying,
But Carrie is fucking delusional because she's at lunch the next day. She's explained the whole situation. She's like, I wish the three of us could just get together and I could prove Big's not a threat. I could prove to Aidan that I love him and Big is just a friend. And Miranda's like, did you have a big plate of crazy for lunch?
Straight up.
All my notes are in all caps that say, bitch, are you high? And then that will never work with like 7 O's.
Delusional, bro.
Delusional.
This is like a classic case of like trying to have your cake and eat it.
Yeah,
like,
she wants both, and you cannot have both in this
also
situation.
Too, this is another thing too, man. I'm sorry. To me, if the behavior that Carrie is doing, this is like, to me, if I'm her guy, I would have broken up with her because it's like, why do you need this dude in your life? But like, you trying to keep him on the back burner, so just in case we don't work out.
Yeah.
So which also means that you're not putting 100% into this relationship, which means I'm wasting my fucking time.
Yeah, it's 100% right. And I do love Samantha's comment. She's like, they're guys, they don't talk, they fight. Which I was talking with a girlfriend one time, and there's some interpersonal bullshit at work, and it was all like the stereotypically, like talking behind people's back, more quote unquote feminine situation. And my friend was like, I wish we were guys in the scenario because I'd love to just like fight her and we just get it out there, the fight, and then it's over. But she's like, but instead we have to drag it out with all this like talking, and like sometimes sometimes I would love to just fucking fight somebody and you just get your shit out in like the physical fight, and hopefully you're just done with it there.
Listen, it's not the greatest strategy, but it does work.
Yeah, now, violence is not good. Don't get me wrong. It's not great. You know what I mean.
But there is like a catharsis that happens after you punch somebody in the face and get punched in the face. Like you kind of can like get past it all, and like your brain just kind of wants to make peace. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't always work. Like sometimes like some things can't be mended.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in this case, like I don't feel like even after they do battle that they are going to be complete friends. And here's why. They didn't throw a punch. All they did was roll around in the mud, fam.
Yeah.
There was no like getting out of aggression. Like, this dude fucks your girl, bro. You ain't gonna hit him one time?
You ain't gonna take a solid swing to the jaw?
Yeah. Instead of fucking tossing a fucking... Anyway.
We'll get there. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're building the tension here now.
I'm building. I'm sorry. I can't, man. I just can't, man.
So Carrie is off in the country with Aidan, reading In Style magazine about Big's girlfriend, and Big calls her all sad because she broke it off, and he repeats the like, I can reach her, she can reach me, I can never reach her thing. And Carrie's like, well, she's crazy, like look at her eyes. And Big's all sad, and Carrie's like, well, I'm not coming back to the city till Monday. And then she's like, well, I'd invite you out here, but... And next thing you know, he's like, I'll come to you. What the fuck? And then she has the gall to tell Aidan after he comes back for tearing down a whole ass shed or whatever, that she invited her affair partner to their cabin.
To his house.
His house. Why doesn't she just constantly kick Aidan in the balls? I mean...
That would be nicer.
It would be nicer.
If she just fucking used his nutsack as a speed bag, that would be so much more pleasant than this bullshit.
Insane. It's so wild. I was thinking about this while I was watching it and making my notes and stuff, and I was just like, this is, yes, the flawed heroine of our show. And this is who we were supposed to be rooting for, though, through all of
this.
There's
still women out there talking about, oh, I'm such a Carrie. Really?
And she is just the absolute insane worst. Like, it's so bizarre.
Like, here's the thing, too. She's not even hot enough to get away with this kind of crazy, bro. Like, maybe in this that era of time, whatever. Because look, things change, taste and things like that. You know, yeah, taste changes, fashion changes, and shit like that. So maybe like I'm looking at it from a lens of like current mode. So maybe at that time she was hot, but I'm just like, she's pretty. I'm not saying she's a very attractive woman, but like she ain't pretty enough to get away with this amount of crazy. Inviting your ex to my motherfucking house to talk.
Yeah.
Get fucked. I'd have put her ass at the end of that fucking street and been like, look, when he comes, tell him take you back to the city. We're done. I don't want to see him.
Yeah.
If he's that important to you that you think you can bring him to my fucking house on our romantic weekend getaway, you're out of your fucking mind, bro.
Yep. But Carrie's like, oh, and tries to reassure him, and Aidan is like, he better be fucking upset when he gets here. And Big arrives, it's pouring rain, and he honks for Carrie to go to his car. And I did laugh when Aidan's like, maybe you just want to meet your dad.
No, I'd walk by and I'm like, I'm sorry, did you just honk for my girl to come out like she's some kind of prostitute that she's gonna get in? Like you're a fucking John? Like, what the fuck? I gotta pull his ass out that fucking car just for showing up. Cause.
Yeah. And Big admittedly doesn't want to go in. But this doesn't make him a good guy or really all that self-aware. Because he doesn't give a fuck about Aidan.
He showed up. He showed up. If you felt that type of way, why'd you even come there? Like, she told you she was on a weekend with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing too. It's not just her that's delusional. This guy is delusional too, because he actually believes that they're friends.
Yeah.
And that like this is okay. Like, this is not weird, or this is not trespassing. This is not like disrespectful to Aidan at all.
Yeah. It's so insane. So the Big does go in the house though. He gets drunk. He looks at the InStyle article. He's all in his feelings and shit. He tries to smoke in the house, and Carrie at least stops him from doing that, which is like bare minimum. And then he's like, barest of minimums. That the bar is on the floor in that situation for her to get over. And he's like, I should head back, but he's like stumbling drunk, and Aidan is not a monster. So he's like, not gonna let someone drive drunk, and he lets him sleep on the couch.
Nah, fuck that. I'd have put his ass lickly. It's raining, ain't no bugs gonna get you. Sleep your ass on the motherfucking porch, motherfucker. Like,
right?
There's a couch out there. Sleep there. You're not sleeping in my home.
And so the next morning, Aidan is loudly, I love that Carrie's like, he's just shooting hoops. All Aidan is doing is literally hucking that fucking basketball at the side of the house over and over and over and over.
He wasn't bouncing the ball or nothing. He was just straight up.
He wasn't
trying to make a shot. He just like, yeah.
He's like, fuck your hangover, you stupid bastard. And Carrie,
I mean, to be fair, that's annoying. Like, bro, you're fucking 40-something years old. Like, hold your liquor, bro, or hold your alcohol. Like,
hold your booze. And then also, I will give Aidan credit for pinpointing one of the more annoying sounds of the world, because our next door neighbor on one of the sides of my house growing up, their unathletic teen would play basketball in their like backyard
unathletic team. Disrespectful. You didn't have to describe it as unathletic. That was just mean. Very uncoordinated.
He'd be out there dribbling and missing every fucking shot, and so all you hear is it hitting the backboard over and over and over and over and over. And it's that same annoying like doink doink noise. I used to hear it when I'd like sleep in. My mom hated it, because she was like a night owl and like sleeping in the later morning. She's like, that kid fucking sucks at basketball. And he did. He was. I don't recall him making a single team. Didn't know him that well. Don't give a fuck.
God. This is where we need an editor to come in and just put savage across the street. Savage. God.
So Carrie says,
unathletic. You just got him as. You didn't even say his name. Just unathletic.
I actually don't remember his name at all.
That's fine. That's how bad he was. God damn, he was that bad.
Doesn't even deserve a name.
He didn't deserve a name.
So Carrie's like, tells Big, she's like, you have to go out there and make friends with him. And then I do love Big's point. He's like, we're middle-aged men We don't make friends, and what do we even have in common? She's like, you have me in common, and if you aren't at least a little friendly, I can't stay in your life. And I just wrote, girl, you shouldn't be in his life at all.
And the thing about that is too, she was trying to make that statement as if being concerned with like big, like, hey, listen, you're gonna lose me as a friend if you don't do this. But really, this is for you.
Yeah.
This is for you.
You just want both dudes in your pocket.
That's it. And it makes you feel good to have that attention from those two men. They're two like what you would classify as like high value men, and they both want you, or they're both like giving you attention. So you're just like slurping it up like it's a milkshake.
That's what I've said before about like there are some girls who like to, as I call it, control all the man resources, monopolize. Like, and especially if there's like not a ton of dudes in a group or whatever, they are like, you know, the sketch group I was in college, they were like two guys, surprisingly only two guys, right? And this one girl just, she ended up dating the guy who was running it technically. And he, I think, kind of maybe liked me at one point. And I was like, I didn't quite feel that way, I don't think, but she like swooped in on that shit. And then the other guy in the group she was friends with, and she was like on him as well. Not quite. It was definitely like, she was like, I control both boys in the group, and you better, you know, I can get them to do it. It was fucking psycho. So yeah,
it's pathetic almost.
And it's sad. Yeah, I was like, I'm not even, and me and like the other, well, one other girl did, like, not the boyfriend guy, but the other guy. But the rest of us like didn't really feel a type of way about either of those dudes. So why you got to be so crazy manipulative about them? So nut job.
It's just a scarcity complex.
It's a totally. So Big goes outside, gives this like half-ass apology to Aidan, and he's like, oh, I played a little bit of ball. Do you want to fucking bet? I don't know how they thought they were gonna play basketball in like the fucking mud pit outside the cabin.
Right. Yeah.
But Aidan checks the ball into the mud and then throws it to Big, and they do that a couple hard, like nails him in the chest with it.
Yeah. It's a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I will give Big a little bit of credit. That first one, when Aidan like put the ball in the mud and threw it at him, he took it like a champ. He was like, you know what? I deserve that one.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like, fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. The second one.
And then that's when they go tackling at each other. But like they said, they don't throw any punches or do anything like fight. They just kind of wrestle around in the mud.
Yeah, they just roll around and they try to get the upper hand, and then the dog bites Big on the butt. And
that's it. But before it gets to that, my favorite line is Carrie sees the fight happening and runs outside and yells, "Stop it! You're middle-aged!" And it's one of the funniest. I think it's one of the funniest moments in the whole show. Cracks me up
wrong
every time. And I used that quote watching Cobra Kai when like Johnny and I'm blanking on
Daniel.
It is Johnny. Yeah, I was thinking
Johnny and Daniel.
Trying to call him Billy, but it's Johnny and Daniel are fighting.
Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso. You get it right.
I know. I was trying to call him Billy Zabka. I was thinking of like William Zabka, Billy Zabka. I got it all jumbled. But yeah, one of their like big fights this last season, I like made a tweet that just went, "You're middle-aged. Stop it. You're middle-aged," because they are.
I think in the episode, his wife says like, "You're middle-aged men. You're having a fight."
Yeah.
In the middle of a mall. What are you doing?
And it's stupid. And it's stupid here too. And then, believe it or not,
I don't know in this case if it's stupid, because like Big at least deserved a punch in the mouth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like that, because here's the thing. That's the only way I would have been able to be like, the fact that they like rolled around the mud a little bit and like eventually at the end of it, so they're like be buddy. Like, no, I gotta hit you in the mouth a couple times before that's gonna be like just for the sheer audacity of one, you showing up, you still being in my girl's life, and the fact that you fucked my girl and broke us up, and you still think that you should be here.
Yeah.
Like you think it's okay for you to be here.
Ridiculous. But they go back inside and like the tensions have eased somehow.
Yeah, they took a shower, they're all cleaned up.
They're all cleaned up, and Big's like, she could reach me, I couldn't reach her, and Aidan like gets it and he's like, that's fucked up. And Big's like, right? And then they apparently enjoy a fucking breakfast together, and I just wrote fucking Fantasyland, that shit is. Oh my god. This is all a scene in Carrie's head because she's in fact like dropped dead from an aneurysm in the cabin like fucking 2 weeks ago after the squirrel looked at her wrong because none of this is real.
Aidan dropped that goddamn railroad.
Dropped the railroad tie on her head, knocked her into a coma.
Yeah, knocked her ass out.
And that's why she thinks this could ever fucking work. It's the only explanation.
It's insane.
This has all been the dream of an autistic child holding a snowboard.
What's that? What is that? Northern. They don't swear. That's what I can say. Not Northern Exposure.
No, that's Aidan. Aidan was on Northern Exposure.
Northern Exposure. That's what it is. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? That was like because I watched that series and I was like,
it's insane that was the conclusion of the show.
But that was like the first. Here's the thing: it wasn't corny because that was the first time anybody had done something like that.
Yeah, so like just surprised.
It's crazy. Yeah. Like, I mean, I watched it the reruns because I didn't watch. I wasn't old enough to watch it.
Yeah,
when it came out. But like watching it now, I was like, I didn't get mad at it at the end. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Like this is like the first time it being done. But now, fucking, how many times have they done that trope?
Yeah,
it's all in the mind of someone in the coma or some shit like that.
And all those weird fan theories where like the best fan theory they can come up with is that it's all like a coma dream of somebody or like a dying dream. Like there's one for Friends where they say like Phoebe's dying alone on the street because she's homeless, and this is all the series is her imagination. I'm like, why is that even? Why would you put that? What does that fan theory even achieve? Who cares? Stupid. But not half as stupid as Carrie thinking she could fucking get away with this bullshit.
Listen, again, like as much as I'm mad at her this episode, I'm more mad at Aidan because he's letting all this work like this. First of all, and if nothing else, is like it's one thing for him to like kind of, I guess, let this dude be in the life, but like there ain't no way you're coming to my house, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no way you calling my girl at late at night when we about to go to bed.
Yeah.
Like
how late were they out at that bar?
I don't give a fuck if it was 9 p.m. because you ain't talking to my girl after that time. Like, you know what I mean?
Did you have to say my bitch?
Yeah, I was going
got you. Busted.
I was getting too hype. I was getting too hype. I had to censor myself. I was like, nope. Don't say that.
I saw it flash across your face. Oh my God.
I had the curve, and I was like, oh, you getting too black. Don't do it.
Yeah, but you're right. You're like I said, your point about Aidan though is fair because it's funny. Sometimes I think I've said it before. The like, am I the asshole thing on Reddit? You know, where they people give the vote in the comments. It's funny. Sometimes people will say, like, you're not the asshole in the situation, but you're the asshole to yourself for allowing this to happen.
That's fair.
Like, whether it's sometimes it's like women in shitty, it's any men, women, whoever in shitty relationships, or allowing shitty things to happen, like domineering in-laws or, bad friends and all that kind of stuff. Like, at a certain point, you are allowing it.
And it begs the question. It's like, you allowing all this disrespect, and Carrie ain't even really done anything to prove that like she's worth this kind of disrespect. Like, I'm sorry, like the in the few episodes that they've been back together, I ain't seen nothing that would make me be like, you know what, I'll take this amount of disrespect from her.
It's hard to be like, oh, she's done something because he's done all sorts of like amazing things where he showed up to Miranda's mom's funeral. He's
he showed up to help Miranda.
Yeah. He's a better boyfriend for Miranda at this point.
Yeah.
And you're right. I just don't feel like Carrie does anything for him to be like, you are the love of my life. I love you so much. Here's something incredible. And it just depends what would appeal to Aidan. I don't even think she knows. What his love language or what have you is.
She, I say, she must have the most bomb vagina ever, because that's the only thing.
Yeah, maybe
that
she's
giving him that would make him like maybe even think that this is okay.
Maybe she's like our good dearly departed Nancy Reagan to throat goat for all we know. I don't know.
Hell no, bro. Hell no. Hell no, Carrie. Hell no. Hell no, bro. She is way too uptight to be that, man. The hell no.
She's not.
Samantha might be the throat goat.
She's
Samantha.
not tearing apart MGM Studios with her skills. True stories.
She's not.
That's how she got Ronnie, baby. That is how she got him.
You know what? Then again, maybe she is, because like this is she's kind of destroying two lives right now, and they're both letting her get away with it. So maybe she is a throat coat. Oh shit! Maybe that's like she is out, in public. She's like, "Oh, I'm a sex columnist, but I'm like an uptight sex columnist."
Super uptight.
But like in the sheet, she's just a fucking freak.
Boom. Yep.
Still ain't worth it. Get out of it.
No, get out.
Get out, bro.
Get out, bro.
Get out, bro. This is witchcraft. Witchcraft.
So with all that in mind, you can find our show on Instagram at Show Me What Podcast. They'll take you to all the various places you can see us, including our YouTube, which we now have 138 subscribers.
Yeah.
And we love each and that
listen though. As many views as we have, we should definitely have way more subscribers than that. I don't know why y'all ain't liking and subscribing to the page. You're watching our shit every week. Hundreds of y'all watching it. Because this ain't. All of our videos have like 200 plus. So that means that's more than our subscribers, which means y'all need to go ahead and like and subscribe to the video, okay?
If you've got this far and you enjoy the show, hit like and comment. No, don't comment that. Never mind. I was gonna say comment throat goat, but don't do that.
Oh no. Do that. no, do that.
I'm curious now. So let's do it.
Comment.
Let's see who's listening, who's gotten this far.
I want to see comments that say, you don't have to say nothing like particular. You don't gotta be funny. Just put in the word throat goat. That's all. Just put that 2 words. Throat goat.
Let us know you're there.
Tell us, and if you want to, you can add. You think Carrie might be a throat goat?
Yeah, you can just write Carrie yes or Carrie no.
Carrie yes or Carrie no.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Elizabeth Movies. And where can they find you, Chris?
You can find me on all social media aspects at Christopher T. Mack on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
Cool. And I think we forgot to plug it last time, but as always, we have the promo code for Arlo Australia candles.
Yes.
In our info, promo code Show Me Miss, save a little money. Doesn't have to be candles, it could be reed diffusers, bath bombs, I hear, all good stuff. Highly recommend. And in the meantime, enjoy your whatever time and space you're enjoying this episode in. Bye.
Bye. That's a throat goat.
Gross.
Worth it. See y'all later.